Good morning and welcome to the Lakeside Viking News. I'm Jada and it's Friday, February 26th. Let's begin with today's brief LHS announcements. The Cobb County School District announced their plans for students to begin returning to classrooms under Centers for Disease Control (CDC) guidelines. In Phase 2 and Phase 3, cohorts of students will participate in hybrid in-person learning based on their choice to attend school. Pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, sixth grade, and ninth grade students will begin in-person learning on Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. Grade levels 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 11th, and 12th will start on Monday, March 15th, 2021 during Phase 3. Congratulations to Jay Ponder, Manon Chair, and Joel Harlan, Ledbetter, Robert Martin, for being named to the State One Act Play All-Star Cast. Congratulations to the entire cast and crew for an amazing performance in state competition. Both of Lakeside mock trial teams have advanced to the mid-level round of competition after competing against schools from across the state. This is a rarity to have two teams from one school advancing. The team also earned individual awards for rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. In honor of Black History Month during the month of February, the Viking News team will be highlighting noble Black Americans who made meaningful contributions to the culture and history of the country. Today, James Baldwin. James Arthur Baldwin was an American novelist, playwright, essayist, poet, and activist. His essays, collected in Notes of a Native Son, explore intricacies of racial, sexual, and class distractions in the United States during the mid-20th century. Some of Baldwin's essays are book-length, including The Fire Next Time, No Name in the Street, and The Devil Finds Work. Baldwin's novelist, short stories, and play fictionalize fundamental personal questions and dilemmas amid complex social and psychological pressure. Themes of masculinity, sexuality, race, and class intertwine to create intricate narratives that run parallel with some of the major political movement towards social change in mid-20th century. America, such as civil rights movement and the gay liberation movement. Baldwin's protagonists are often, but not exclusively, African American, while gay and bisexual men also frequently feature as protagonists in his literature. Baldwin's influence on other writers has been profound. Toni Morris edited the Library of America first 2 volumes of Baldwin's fiction and essays, early novels and stories, and collected essays. A 3rd volume, Later Novels, was edited by Daryl Pinkney, who has delivered a talk on Baldwin in February 2013 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the New York Review of Books, during which he stated, "No other Black writer I read was as literary as Baldwin in his early essays. Not even Ralph Ellison. There is something wild in the beauty of Baldwin's sentences, and the cool of his tone something improbable too. This meaning of Henry James, the Bible, and Harlem." Now, a moment of silence. And now to Deanna with the news.
What's up, Lakeside? I'm Deanna and I am back with current events. In an analysis released Wednesday, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration said the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine has met the requirements for emergency use authorization. The efficiency of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine against moderate to severe COVID-19 was 66.9% at least 14 days after the single-dose vaccination and 66.1% at least 28 days after the vaccination. The Biden administration will release an intelligence report Thursday that concludes that the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman approved the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, a Saudi citizen working for the Washington Post, killed by a group of government agents with close ties to the prince. The intelligence assessment, based largely on the work by the CIA, is not new, and the president confirmed to reporters late Wednesday that he has read the report. It remains to be seen how releasing the report will affect the U.S.-Saudi relations. Biden officials have been engaging with the Saudis since they took office, according to the State Department. Australia has passed a new law that will force companies to pay publishers for news contents, setting the stage for potential similar action in other countries. The country's unprecedented new law has been hotly debated in recent months. Facebook has shut down news pages in Australia last week in opposition to the legislation, but it said earlier this week that it would restore them after the country had made some changes to the code. Google, meanwhile, has already been trying to set up and get ahead of the new legislation by announcing partnerships with media organizations in Australia. The Australian government said that the new code will be reviewed by the Treasury Department after a year to ensure it is delivering outcomes that are consistent with the government's policy intent. And now to Lucas with the weekend weather report.
So you know those birds that have been tormenting me for about the past month? Yeah, I'm not gonna have to deal with them anymore.
Hello Lakeside, it is your trusty weatherman Lucas here, back again to protect you from the ravages of Mother Nature and her fickle fancy. And fickle she has been. The past couple days we've seen highs in the 70s, coming right after a weekend of seeing lows in the 30s. Today, expect rain throughout most of the day. I feel like I say that all the time. The low should only sink to around 50 degrees, with the high being around 57 degrees. This weekend should be nice and warm though, with lows in the mid-50s and highs in the mid-70s. It's a great weekend to rethink of strategies to keep these birds from spying on you. That's what I'm going to do, at least, if anyone was wondering.